essentially you came up to me like, I need to get out of this house.
Oh, you spilling tea.
Oh, I mean,
what's
the name of the episode?
We did name it Here's the Tea. Oh, God. Hey, y'all. Welcome back to The Nerd and the Nubian.
Welcome back. It has been a while.
Yeah.
It's been, how long ago was the last episode?
I don't know if you want to say 2 years, but I don't want to even
I think
look.
It was we were still at the old place, so it's definitely it's definitely been over 2 years, yeah.
It might be just coming up on 2 years.
Yeah, something like that.
Or we just passed it.
Yeah, one or the other.
Yeah.
But it feels good. It feels good to be back. Very different space than where we were when we stopped on episode 8. It's been a bit of a journey. Yeah. We've been kind of trekking.
I think the last time you guys saw us, we were still living with Erik's parents.
Yeah.
Hey, mom and dad.
we were still living with my parents. I had just graduated college. Yeah.
And then September, you got your job and
So let's dial it back. Let's rewind.
Where are we rewinding to?
All right. So it was like June or July of 2021, and you gave me an ultimatum.
What?
You gave me an ultimatum where you either give me the ultimatum or none of it. No,
what?
It's for community. But no, what happened was
the ultimatum.
The ultimatum.
Okay.
What happened was one day I was sitting in my parents' living room, and you came up to me. I think you were on your way to work or something because you were working one of your many jobs, and essentially you came up to me like, I need to get out of this house.
Oh, you spilling tea.
Oh, I mean,
what's
the name of the episode?
We did name it Here's the Tea. Oh, God. Okay, let me preface. All right. I am forever grateful for my in-laws, which you guys will call in-laws. We call in-loves, for allowing me to move in. But, like your mama say, every queen need her castle. And I needed my castle.
I mean, and I get it, because, we just got married.
Mm-hmm. We were coming up on 1 year of June would have been a few months away from our 1 year anniversary.
But it was kind of close.
Yeah.
I always said that I would move out after I graduated and got in the job.
Mm-hmm. And I was like, buddy,
you're holding me to it.
You hate it.
And then also we've been there for a long time. At that point, how long had you been living there?
3 or 4 years.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
So it was a matter of time. Mm-hmm. And you came up to me and were like, listen, because at this point, this is still in the realm of COVID.
Yeah.
So I before COVID was working at a movie theater. So the movie theater was slowly starting to come back out, but I was kind of in that realm of I just graduated. So I wanted to shoot for a career
for what you wanted to do.
Yeah, for what I wanted to do, for what I actually studied in college rather than go back into
in your field.
In my field, yeah. But we were low key also in desperate mode and also trying to get into grind mode. So you came up to me one morning and were like, look, you need to apply back to Cinemark. It's
I was like, you got to make something shake.
You need to make something shake because we need to get out of this house.
My side was, dang, was I working
I think you're working I can't even remember what the name of the job was, but
well, no, not then though, because I had to be I had to be doing the assistant work for us to move out.
For maybe I get yes, yeah, you were, yeah, yes.
Okay, so look, y'all. Clearly, we need a script, but okay, so after December, I had left a different position and was praying for a job, and then literally January 4th, I moved into a personal assistant position, and then February I got a car, and then.
Yes.
This is our markers, and then later, okay, so then that June, so I'm working as a personal assistant, and I was bruh, plus just also having to come from working with almost 10 hours a day, because as a personal assistant and a nanny, and working like, you know, in somebody else's space for most of the day, and then coming back home, and it's not just him to process or just me, myself to process. It's also like the whole family.
The whole family. My sister, I think at that point, had moved back in.
I guess.
Yeah. So it's a lot of voices in one space.
I mean, it just is a lot of energies, and like sometimes you just want to come back home to your own space.
That's fair.
So it's just like, it had nothing to do with like the fact that, you know, it was them.
Yeah.
It just was.
It would have been if it was anybody.
Yeah, if it was anybody, like I wanted us, and we had never. Wow, like growth. we had never like, we were almost married for a year and hadn't had our own space ever. So it was just like, yo, like,
it's time.
I need breathing room. We needed breathing room, because like it just was like we needed space to yell if we needed, you know, without like concerning our families, or you know, like to work some stuff out without having to like cater our speech about different things, or like just room to think our own thoughts and like develop ourselves as our own couple.
Yeah.
Wow, you rarely pulled out a bag of tea. This is just the Boston Tea Party.
The name of the episode.
But
Plug
like,
it.
I just be careful how much.
No. I think like this isn't like. I think this is like an honest conversation.
It is.
I don't think it's like,
it's
how dare you want to move out? Like I think it's just like, hey, I'm just thinking about like, you know. It was a tough moment, and like people say the first year of marriage is the hardest year. Yeah.
Let me tell you what, ain't no lie.
Yeah.
It was not a lie.
Yeah.
We not struggled, but it was some work. I mean, where we had thought we had already done like, you know, a good chunk of work, had a good base level. It was like, here's more.
It's one thing where like you've been in a relationship for like what at that point was it 15 years?
Baby, we're coming up on 15.
Oh, we're coming up on 15. Look, it's all blur. Like COVID really just ruined my time of reference.
It would have been that year going. It was
13.
Into, like going into our first year would have made 13. We got married at 12 years.
12 years,
yes.
Got it. It was like 12 years of being in a relationship.
So you think
and then also like being together in a house during COVID, which feels like 5 years.
That was the extra 15.
Yeah,
or the extra 3 to make it.
Like it was a lot to go through. So to have everybody else in our space at the same time does complicate things.
Yeah.
So going back, you came up to me. We're like, you need to either like bust out these applications and find a job, or apply back to Cinemark so we can move out.
Yeah.
Because like I can't do this anymore. And like at the time I was getting unemployment and also like COVID unemployment, so it was like boosted a bit.
But it wasn't enough to like.
It wouldn't be enough to pay rent.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the moment you left, I was like, okay, cool. Give me. I think I said give me like 2 months.
Yeah.
To just put my name out there and see what happens.
Yeah.
And then the moment you left the house, I immediately texted Luke, one of my best friends, who had just recently gotten his first job post COVID. I was like, and post graduation as well. And I was like, send me your resume, because I needed to model it off of somebody to help like restructure your mind.
And I think I helped you do your cover letter and stuff. So it just was like, pedal to the metal. We got to go.
But the wild part is like, so like that day I applied for 2 specific jobs, and it was the one I ended up taking, and then or 2 of the ones that I ended up getting like all the way to the very end of like.
Oh yeah.
So
okay, gotcha, yeah.
I guess like should I say names of?
I mean, you already said Cinemark, but I don't think maybe not.
Yeah, I mean that's a bigger corporation, I guess. But like, the job that I landed, I applied for that day, like literally minutes later, and like I knew nothing about them. I just like take it. Let's see what happens. I didn't even know it was a remote job, and here we are. Well, here we were. There we were. I don't know. It's funny how like we started this podcast while at least I was unemployed, and then this podcast came back when I'm unemployed.
Okay, so like I mean, so okay, so we moved. Well, I mean, we didn't even get a chance to talk about the old place.
We'll come back to that. So jumping forward.
So
I got a job.
Yeah.
I landed a job. Great company. Ended up getting like a pretty solid like check for a few years, and then we were like, all right, time to move. Yeah. And this is when you went into hyperdrive to get us.
Well, I mean, like, no, quite literally. Like, you got the job in September, and we moved in October.
Yeah, on Halloween.
I was like, now.
Never again will I ever move on Halloween.
I mean, that's a personal preference.
It is. Would you want to move on Christmas?
If I had to.
What's your favorite holiday?
I don't care if I have any place.
Would you move for your birthday?
If I wanted to move into a new place, and that was the day, would I move on my birthday? Yes. It's a gift.
You're crazy.
Gosh. I'm like, I will move whenever I need to. I don't play about that. But yeah, like while he was on the hunt for jobs, I was on the hunt for apartments. And we had ended up in like, you know, this ratchet does not it does not give the full
the desperation.
We're not gonna go into everything that was
No, we don't.
I mean, desperation. I mean, like quite like y'all. What I need y'all to feel is like COVID, everything, right? And then like long work hours, and like we need our space. All of that, like real heavy. So like where we moved to,
40 minutes away.
It did what it needed to do. You know?
Simone was like, we need to be together with each other. So we're going to move away from everyone.
Well, I mean, if it was... Stop! Because you're making me sound like a bad person.
I'm not making you sound like a bad person, but like, you ran away from it.
Because that was not just that. No, I mean, it was like also budget. It was also...
No, like...
Stop that with me.
I'm kidding. I'm just messing around.
They don't know that?
Okay. Well, you can hear the banter.
The banter.
It's
not in all the banter.
But what I will say is that like the rent was popping.
The rent was popping. It still is. And honest to God, if they fix up that place, I will go back tomorrow.
Yeah.
But
you found. I
mean, it was like a little oasis, you know, and it did what it needed to do, like for that time period. Like, it was way out. It was out in the county. Whole different county,
like
country feel, which I'm very much a country girl.
Yeah. And honestly, the surrounding area was beautiful.
Yeah,
like, because we were right by the water.
So much water.
There was a beach, like
literally. I probably say it once a week. Like I miss
I
want to go back, and you know, I want to be in the area.
You found a church that you loved. That, you know, big heart. Caribbean vibes there.
Like Afro-Caribbean.
Weirdly connected to my family.
Yes. We had fam there. You know, it was giving.
It was cool. No, it was a
like,
cool.
If you go back on our Instagram and everything, like, you know, you can see the different places we were walking and stuff.
Yeah.
The cool dog parks.
I'm sure we have like video of like our old apartment too. Like, some like stuff. Because like,
you don't have to go that far, but
but like in general, I mean, even with all of its faults, it was huge. It was huge. It was a huge apartment.
I mean, like we literally had like a whole 2 12-seater tables, like so 24 seated round large tables in just the living room.
Like if you were in the kitchen and I was in the bedroom, like we could not hear each other.
We could walk past each other depending on what room we were in. We could walk past each other and not know where we were in the apartment.
Thank God. The 2 bathrooms.
Oh,
the 2 bathrooms.
But the thing, like, the lowly folk.
I miss having my own throne.
Oh my gosh.
My own throne.
I miss him having his
I could disappear for 30 minutes.
Truly. Like, I just miss, like, yeah. But, I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, every apartment has its faults.
And I mean, it's not even just faults. It's just, like, you know, what we have to grow through.
Yeah.
Faults. But like
I mean, look, every place has its issues.
Yeah, like right. Everything has its quirk. There we go. I think that's what I want to use, quirk. Like here we only have 1 bathroom, but like we have figured out the situation. But okay, let's go continue with the story.
Yeah.
So
lived out there
so we got there, we moved out there. I mean, like literally it was so fast. Like I mean, he got the job. We were like, hey y'all, peace, love you.
Like, here's the first rent. Or like my first paycheck immediately went to rent.
So what happened was that we applied, But somebody, like, by the time we were ready to apply, I got the security deposit and everything together. Somebody, like, got their application in for the same unit the day before.
Right.
And it's first come, first serve. And I was like, oh my God, I'm going to cry. But, you know, I had, because, you know, I'm definitely my mother's daughter. I had, you know, gifts for the front office. I was in there every day.
You hustled your way in
she
there.
got tired of seeing my face, but, you know, like, with a job or with the place, if I want something, I'm going to go get it.
Yeah.
So I was in there hustling like a mug. Like, yo, it was like, it's just like, so once we finally got the application in and the security deposit, she's like, yeah, somebody else's before. I was like, oh, man. So I'm like, oh, no, like, you know, it's over.
Yeah.
Got to go back on the hunt. And the property manager ended up calling me like maybe like a week later and was like, hey, Miss Hamlet, is it okay? Or are you guys still looking for an apartment? Like, because, you know, we're going to accept your application. We decided to move with you guys because you guys seem like a really great guy.
Yeah.
like,
truly, I forgot that it came down to that. She was like, you guys are just nicer.
She chose us.
Like, because I preferred you two.
Yo, and needed that place. So, like, we were able, and one of some of our criteria for an apartment was we needed a 3-bedroom because we need our own office space.
Yeah, I'm working from home, so, like, I needed
and I wanted my own space. Like, I haven't had a place where, like, I could really, you know, flesh out my own room and, like, my own vibe. So I got to do that there for the first time, like pictures of myself on the wall and stuff, and that was really
it's on every wall.
It was not on every wall.
You were all.
It's on 2 walls.
You are all over your office
because they're really gorgeous pictures.
They are,
and they match. Whatever, but like I decked it out in me. Like I wanted it to be a divine meditative space. I wanted it to like, you know, feel like a place that like I could release and also create, and you know, something that was just like nice.
I wanted a dungeon.
I always wanted.
I was like, I want like goth, grimy, heavy metal horror movie. Like I want shelves with bones on it.
Yeah.
I got carpet that's like just a skeleton in a casket. Like yeah,
I was all floral and green.
Yours is so floral. It's so funny when like we have family members over and they like look at both of our offices and they're like, they look so like, oh yeah, wow, it's so pretty. Oh, it's so you. They go on mine and they're just like oh.
So
but my friends are like, love it.
But everybody's like, yep, that's Erik. Like,
yep.
Yeah. So,
Perfect for me.
Yeah. So, I mean, truly we're blessed to like get into that space, and like it served us.
It did.
Well, and when it was time to go, it let us know too.
Yeah.
Truly.
Like all the signs came in, it's like, all right,
let's go.
And like I will say like the front office, like they're
really sweet.
They are so sweet. They were some of the sweetest people, and like just very nice, and they loved us. Like I remember when we left, like multiple people, like maintenance or like the front office were like, y'all leaving, like God, like you guys are the nicest tenants. Like just always say thank you, and like hi, and all that. Like so they were sad.
I mean, even
and we were sad too. Like
our neighbors too. Like I will say for the ratchetry that the complex was, because it was like it also just very good, honest, like nice neighbors. Like I'm speaking specifically of the building, like the building and the upkeep of like the lawn was like ratchet.
Yeah.
But like our neighbors like very much were, aside from the one beneath us,
just not friendly.
Don't say hi. Don't got no manners. And
yeah. They said hi to me, but like only me.
Rude. And I was whatever. I don't like them. But like the neighbors upstairs and the ones in the next building, like the people who are around us, like nobody ever took our stuff. Nobody ever like, you know, we actually got people who brought us our stuff back.
Yeah, because the Amazon was tripping
Amazon
out
was
there.
Like, whoever's boxes you want, just take it.
Just plop it down. Somebody will like. I would have to like. I would be walking my dogs, and I'd be like, I think that's my protein. Like
yeah. So I mean, but we had like a cute little like country view, big lawn in front of it. It was nice.
Yeah.
Master bed. I miss my closet.
Oh God, yeah, we did have a walk-in closet.
walk-in closet and
but,
master bath.
But it was time.
It
was definitely time. And I think us switching to where we are now, it made sense because we wanted to be closer to family and friends.
Yeah, so I got a raise in like a higher position as like an executive assistant, and that allowed us to be able to, and then I was like working remote. So then we transitioned from me going out, 12 hours a day because I had to drive into work and then stay for 10 hours and then come back, which was like an hour and a half drive by itself, like both ways. Mm-hmm. So like me leaving the house for 12 hours to coming back and being inside and, or having like a hybrid schedule.
Yeah.
So we ended up like maybe end of last year realizing like we had a little bit more flexibility to in our budget and also in our time to like figure out where we were going next, and we ended up in this beautiful space 3 minutes from where we moved from.
literally like up you leave my parents' house, you take a straight shot across the street, or not across the street but like across like the main street, like, and then you just keep going, make a left, a right, and then another left, and boom, you're at our apartment.
Craziness.
Immediately closer to everybody, because we
surprised everyone with
when we moved. My God,
we didn't
forgot.
Tell anyone we were moving.
So
in our family, so it's just like,
if you want a word of advice,
or anyone actually,
if you want a word of advice from Eric Hamlet, never do that.
No, you can do it, but just have movers.
Have movers, yes, because we did it all by ourselves, and it just was
with the 16-footer.
With 16-footer
U-Haul, and
we filled it up.
Like,
and both of our cars,
and we drove it because I'm a big boss lady.
Yeah, Simone whips trucks.
I whip trucks, so like I brought it over here. I mean, like, I don't remember the process of getting into this. Actually, I don't remember as much as I do the first one. Moving
like here, or getting a product.
Yeah,
it was. Like
we searched for some.
Yeah,
we were looking for a certain price range, and then we were looking for area, and like some additional amenities. Like we have a dog park with this one and everything. But, like, I don't remember. I mean, because that one was quick, too.
Yeah, it was about as fast.
We stay running. I'm not sure if that's the best thing, if that's, like, planning, whatever.
It's not.
But we, I like to move fast. She's working on it. But it works in our favor sometimes, and that's probably the problem. But anyway, I just remember searching, and this complex kept popping up, on the radar. And then they had like a renovated 3-bedroom, 1 bath, and we were trying to find that second bathroom, and it just wasn't working. I was like, we're gonna miss this if we don't take it now. We're already familiar with the area, so like we knew, decent space, like decent neighborhood,
area.
and just like, so we were like, okay, it'll be interesting, like moving back and like having our own place in the area and seeing like how that feels as well. So yeah, I mean, we just ended up back here. I did the same thing. I was in the front office every day.
Every day, always calling.
Hey, if I wasn't there in person, I was on the phone like, hey, I just wanted to check in. Look, and I know somebody's going, you gotta be annoying, and she is.
Yeah.
But when I want it, I'm gonna get it. So it's just like, I was like, hey, did you see your application? Is it still open? Can I go back in to see like this one thing?
You're so chaotically structured. Like it's so Sag and Virgo, because it's just like, I'm going to be fiery and annoying as hell, but I have a chart as to why everything I'm doing is right.
My chart of chaos.
Yes, it's a chart of chaos.
It's a chart of chaos. I mean, it's not, and it's only chaotic for the people who don't have the chart. Because it's not chaotic if it's organized.
Yeah.
But, like, I'm very much you're not going to forget me. I'm not mean.
You're always nice.
I always come bearing
maybe
gifts.
Stern, but definitely, like, nice.
I'm stern when stern needs to come through. Like, if I need something done and somebody's not snapping into shape, then sure. But, like, for the most part, I'm very easygoing. I'm very, like, thank you. Hope you have a great day. And, like, the most I want to do, like, I'm a bug to come measure things, you know, or to like, I just didn't see this thing properly. Can I check it out again?
Yeah.
So, I mean, front office was really nice about that. They helped us out, and we got some specials that helped us, like, you know, relieve some of that initial, like, payout to move in.
You know what I realized that you forgot about? We needed 2 trucks to move. You have to come back.
We had the first apartment for like an extra month, so we were like moving things over time, but we put the essentials in first.
Yeah. But like, I was like, we have to get a second truck, and then it still filled up both of our cars again. Crazy. That time we had help. Your brother came through. Yeah. I mean, no, to be fair, they came through. Your brother and your sister came through twice.
So we decided, surprise, we'll do a surprise for like everybody. We didn't tell anyone we were moving. And then like that night, the night we actually were shifting things over, the first one, we got here and it was late and we were spent. Like we had just finished filling up what we were going to.
We started, I want to say like 9 in the morning, maybe,
and didn't finish until like 1.
Till like 1 in the morning. We like even just finishing at the first apartment. I don't think we were done until like 8 or 9. And then by the time we got here, we were like, can you please come over?
It was going down.
Yeah. But they helped us out. It was great. And honestly, like, it made the move-in process a lot faster.
And it was cute. I mean, we had like a little powwow afterwards, but like, you know, we had.
And I had work the next morning, so I had to build my.
I told this man to take off. He was like, no, we'll be fine. I was like, nah, you need that time. Does he listen to me?
No.
So
to be fair, you don't listen to me either.
I do too. When it makes sense.
There you go.
When it makes sense. But yeah, so AJ Noel came and helped us out, and that was a whole little cute sibling moment. And then not that day, because I think we moved on a Monday. You had work on Tuesday. We kind of tried to get the space situated a little bit.
Yeah.
All of this was not here. I mean, just the couch, but like the pillows, all of this, like, you know, blessings on blessings. But that Friday, because we're like, we'll wait till Friday and go walk over with the dogs.
Yeah.
Because his parents and family and sister, like, we're thinking, everybody would be thinking that we still live in Edgewood. So it's no reason we should be walking anywhere in this neighborhood that early in the morning. We got up, we got the dogs together to take them on their walks. I'm sure the dogs were like, you know.
Like, where are we? Do we take the dogs the first time?
Yeah.
Do we? Okay, I can't remember. No? I don't know if we did.
We didn't. You're right. We were going to.
We were like,
It was too much. It was too cold.
Yeah, it was cold, and we realized like it was a further walk than we expected.
And sometimes our dogs are just a little wild.
Yeah.
So yeah, we took them out for their walk, brought them back in, and then we walked over. That's what happened. You're right. Which was its own little like treasure hunt because we had to like find the best route.
Which started out to be like just going across that giant field.
Yeah, just crazy. But we got there, and like was your dad outside?
My dad.
No, he was downstairs in the office.
My dad was downstairs.
Your mom was upstairs in the kitchen.
Yeah.
And like.
And we just came through.
Yeah, and we just found them. They're like, "Hey, what are you doing here so early?" I was like, "Oh, we just came over. We were in the neighborhood.
We were in the neighborhood. Yeah.
Because we live here.
Yeah, like, we were for a walk. You're like, what?
Like, what are you talking about? And we had to do the speech twice because again, his father was downstairs.
But the best part is like, it wasn't just my parents' reactions or like my friends' reactions because like my friends would like look at my like location on like Snapchat or whatever and be like, why are you in Parkville like for like this long? I'm like, oh, I live here now. They're like, what?
Yeah.
But it was your family members over the course of the next few like weeks to months who did not realize we moved.
Because we just kept forgetting nobody knew.
Yeah.
Like I think once we told your parents, because we were just like, they'll be funny and they're close first, we could walk there.
Yeah.
Like, we'll tell everybody else. So we told my parents, like, clearly my siblings knew.
Yeah.
And then we just, like, were filtering information as people were asking.
Yeah. We go to, like, a dinner and it's like, because, like, Simoné and Erik are back in the neighborhood and they're like, what?
Or it'd be like, because y'all got that 40-minute drive now. And we were like, wait, no.
Like, no, we moved. They're like, wait, what?
They're like, what? Oh, my God.
So you want to tell nobody? It's like,
We forgot. It was a joke, and then it was just like regular everyday life.
I'm just happy because like you do have family members who like live out there.
Yeah.
And I'm happy nobody just came over like, yeah, I figured we stopped by.
Well, I mean, they wanted to. I mean, I was gonna say it's fine. Like, you know, it's fine. But you gotta call. Right. But like, I mean, I wish we did have them over. It wasn't like, you know, we're trying to keep them out. We just stay so damn busy.
Well, no, I just mean like, I'm happy that nobody just like can't like after we moved, tried to like come over.
Trying to find us.
Trying to find us, and it's like we don't live there anymore.
That wouldn't have been good.
That would have been hilarious.
But yeah, it was definitely a blessing. I'm trying to think what else. There's something else like that's just like right here and wants to come forward. I don't know. But yeah, I was gonna say his little sister was moving.
Oh yeah, she moved like a week later, right?
She moved, yeah.
I think it was a week.
We moved end of January.
Yeah.
And Nine was like moving into her house. She had just bought like her first house. Yeah. And she moved like the week following, or she signed the week following.
I basically helped. Like we moved, then I helped Naya move, and then Griffin moved. Like the next week, I was on a tear.
Yeah, so what I was gonna say is that like his mom was really excited because Naya ended up moving like an hour and a half away.
Oh yeah.
And she's like, I don't have any of my babies close anymore, you know. And I was like, just kidding, around the corner. Got it. So you know, his mom was really excited. My parents were happy it was closer. You know, we could all see each other more frequently. Yeah. Friends were happy.
No more late night drives. That just like falling asleep at the wheel.
It's not long.
But I do miss what was it, I-95? Like like because sometimes those drives were good. Yeah. Just very relaxing.
Something about 95 driving from like East Baltimore or like West Baltimore back to like Edgewood,
or even like on our way to Philly, or actually more so coming back from Philly.
Yeah,
would lead to really great conversations. Yeah. Like so much so that we're like, maybe we do a podcast in the car.
Like it was,
and maybe like we will like one day just set it up in the car.
Intellectual. Let's break this all the way down type of conversations because we have the time.
Right.
And it just be like so beautiful riding back and like just talking to each other in the dark. And, you know, I
try to keep each other awake.
Yeah, I miss that.
Yeah, those moments were good.
I do. Like, those country roads definitely make you think.
Take me home.
Yeah.
To the place.
Yeah.
I belong.
You know, like,
Edgewood. Oh, Lord. Anyway, it's so good.
Okay. Yeah. So, it just... Now we're here. And we have a beautiful... I mean, there's definitely cliffs everywhere of, like, the space, but... we have our bedroom, technically the like living space of our bedroom is bigger. Our storage space is smaller here, but it's fine. You know,
we managed and throw out what needed to be thrown out.
Finally got the rugs that we wanted as far as like living room and my office. We started to get Eric a rug.
I got a new one. I love my skeleton rug, but
I don't want to see him go. I just need he needs a friend.
I want that red one that I saw at IKEA. I really like that one a lot.
So we still got some more updates to do, but you know, it's beautiful. I mean, the outside is beautiful, inside is beautiful. I just feel like, you know, it's definitely a step up from where we came from. We still got some more steps to take, but got the chandeliers, like it's giving you know, just like a release.
Just like how I was released from my job.
Oh, true. Good transition.
Thank you.
Okay, yeah. So
then
that happened.
Last week happened.
Okay, so let's just give them full spin, yeah? So like
let's go back to you.
Yes.
Yeah, let's start with you.
Like catered conversation.
Yes.
But or curated. Catered? I don't know.
I think curated.
I think both work in a way. But anyway. So I was like, I've been planning to leave my job for a while because I'm entering back into an educational space. I'm handling certificates and, you know, taking courses at Morgan. I just feel like there's a lot of like, anyway, yes. So back in the educational space, and I decided to leave my job, and that was its own whole process.
Yeah.
And us
long
talking that through. Yeah, a lot of long conversations, a lot of like months of planning that and just trying to see what the best mode of operations is. is it like, something where we wait to do it?
Yeah. Do
we have the money? We just decided, okay, fine. So decided to do that. And like, I just left, right? We are giving you guys like fresh off the what is it? Fresh off the
boat? Fresh off the boat?
Not that one. What is it? Like straight off the pot, off the stove, fresh off the stove. I don't know. The grill. Whatever. The tea is hot. All right? Because it just happened.
Fresh out the kettle.
So I decided to leave. Maybe, I don't know. I'm past it now. But like.
You decided to leave.
Yeah, I decided to leave. We, so September 1st is my last day. And we ride on through this week. Yeah. So like Monday, Tuesday, I'm having like buyer's remorse. I don't know.
Struggling.
Whatever.
What do you keep saying?
Struggling. I was like, I am not good at being a kept woman. Mm-hmm. Like, I thought I could live that life a little bit, at some point. But like, I need to work. Like, I can't.
Like, I can't be a kept woman.
Own,
I can't be a kept woman. It's not for me.
Not even like I can't. It just was like, I want to help, Like, I think I like having my own portion to contribute. And I always will, but like, I don't know. I think it'll be something I grow out of because eventually, like, I will want to be in that life.
But it's like
not that you have to do it. I just,
right.
Whatever.
But it's like the universe heard you say, like, I don't want to be a kept woman. And then
don't blame me.
I'm not blaming you, but this tends to happen.
It does. My mouth is.
But it's like the universe said, bet.
Like. We've always wanted space to create together and to like be more free to do what we want to, all our different personal planning. So like we move through the week, and I'm like, I don't today, and I'm chirping.
Yeah.
And sure enough.
And then we get to Friday. Now Friday morning, I get my alarm goes off. I usually wake up around. I feel
good on Friday.
Right.
I felt real good on Friday. I had settled in.
Friday, most mornings I try to get up around like 7 or 8 at the latest. I wake up at like 8:30 and I see that I have a meeting set for 9 o'clock. I don't start work until 10. So I'm like, that's weird. Yeah. I also noticed that it's a meeting with my supervisor and the vice president of my department. I'm like, that's weird, but like, hey, like maybe at first my brain was thinking maybe it's a promotion and they're trying to do it early so I can just settle into it on the the moment work starts. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, babe, I gotta get up. I have a meeting in like 30 minutes. I gotta get processed. So you're like, okay, cool, whatever.
And mind you, there have been previous like
layoffs. Yes, there was a layoff.
Adjustments in the business
last year, like early last year, and like and it's been a while, and I knew that the company was struggling.
And I've been pushing. I'm like, bro, you've been here 2 years. You need to be pushing for a raise.
And every time I'd say, we're trying to find more money, I don't think we have raised money right now.
So go ahead, finish.
So I'm thinking like, oh, maybe like they found some money and they want to be raised, whatever. Even though like literally earlier that week, I think mentioned like, yeah, we're still trying to find funding. I'm like, dude, I said, I'll bleep his name. But we're still trying to find funding. So I go into the meeting and then like it's the moment I close the door and I sit down and I process like this meeting came out of like got scheduled at like 9 o'clock last night.
Yeah.
It's with the VP of my department who I haven't talked to one-on-one in months.
Bruh.
My supervisor is gonna be there too. Work doesn't start until 10 and I'm just like, I'm about to get laid off.
Like, and as he's closing the door, me literally in the back, because I decided to go lay back down. I was tired. And he's processing this the same way he's doing this. After he closes his door, sits down, I lay back down, and I'm looking at, like, 3 different reels. The third reel is, like, it was like, God has not given us a spirit of fear, but a power, love, and a sound mind. And I was like, that was deep. And, like, it hit me, like, a ton of bricks. I was like, because, like, I processed the same information, and I was just like, oh. I was like, he's about to get laid off.
Yep. like, both at the exact same time.
Like,
just like, oh. And then, sure enough, I have the meeting, and, like, we're talking in the beginning, just be like, how are you? Cool. And then, like, I'm just looking at their eyes, and I'm like, all right. All right, lay it on me.
Gosh.
And honestly, like I've been laid off twice now. One due to COVID, one due to a company dealing with financial issues, and this one was rough. Just because like it was one thing when like everybody at Cinemark got laid off because like there's a genuine understanding of like disease. But this one was just like, I'm happy that I never felt the sense of like I didn't do enough and that like it was my fault.
Yeah.
They did such a good job of being like, we don't want to do this. Like it wasn't a thing of like they don't care. They love. I was gonna say loved, but they still love me. Like I'm still getting people hitting me up like, hey, we miss you. And it was just a hard decision that had to be made. And it sucks that like I was on the cutting room floor, but like they really set me up to usher me off as best as they can. The fact that like my 1 year or my 2 year anniversary was the day before I got laid off, which meant that like I got a bigger severance package because I hit 2 years. Like I don't know if that was on purpose. It feels like it slightly was.
I mean, it was a really great team. Like
it was a really great team. Like I have nothing but good things to say about that company.
Same. I mean, as the wife on the other side, I truly feel like they saw you, and were able to support, you know, as best they could, like you and your fullness, your character, your jovial jokiness and all, and lets you be who you are. I mean, he dressed up as Gandalf. We'll insert clip here. Like dressed up for a priority meeting. And it became a thing over the past few years. Decided to film it.
And then in the end, like that was my swan song. Like the last thing I posted before, you know, I fully got locked out of everything was a final video saying goodbye to everybody as Gandalf, and they all really appreciated it. And like, you know, one of my old coworkers Venmo'd me and said, "Hey, get a drink on me." Like, I love that. So, and these are people that like I'm definitely gonna stay in contact with, and I will visit in the future. Like,
so this is how I mean, like I left my job, he gets laid off a week later, and now we're
like
back
literally a week to the day later, like
1 week.
Wild. So where are we now?
I mean, we are hopping into all things Erik and Simone, the Nerd and the Nubian, Hambone Studios, you know, Mrs. Speed Hamlet, and I am Mr. Ham, and making it pop, babe.
The Good Scare. So
we
are fully committing to like creativity. Like
creativity. For me, I'm definitely adding a little bit more business to my resume and to my, you know, repertoire, my education. I'm
still looking for contract jobs. Like I'm still gonna do work.
Same here. If you need a project manager, you need assistant for hire. You know, we're definitely taking on some external things as well, while also giving big energy to our stuff. It
feels like it's that thing of like, while we have the time, we should do these other business ventures and like these projects that we've been putting off. Just to like get them out there and just get the blood flowing. Like
I can stay consistent with it.
To stay consistent.
Even if we have less time for it.
I have a podcast that I run on my own called The Good Scare, and there were periods where like there'd be weeks without an episode because I'd be too busy, whether it's doing stuff at home or
just too stressed.
Or too stressed and like just trying to find time. And I adjusted my schedule for it, and now it's like, okay, well, like the schedule, now I have even more free time. And it's not like I'm going to adjust the schedule again, but I can do stuff even more efficiently than what I thought.
And I think just like understanding that like no one can stress us out. We can't allow people to stress us or our jobs to stress us, like so much so that we can't complete, you know, our stuff.
Exactly.
And complete like the creativity, the projects that we want to do. Like, you know, it is helpful when people tell us, you know, how much they appreciate our work and like, when are you guys going to do this again? And like, you know, that stuff is really helpful to hear, and it's encouraging, and also we love doing it. I love like getting to sit down and like process these moments with Erik, even though I'd be so scared, you know, like what is he gonna say? But like also just like, you know, it's time to spend with my husband. I definitely want to like promote the relationship and like all of the learning that we've done as well. But it's just been beautiful we've been looking forward to this moment just as much as our audience. I don't want to say fans. That sounds weird. But like our audience, our supporters, our families, our friends, like everyone's been looking forward to us coming back on screen and like back on the audio wave. So we're happy to be here.
Yeah.
Looking forward to doing more. And we'll probably close out here.
Yeah. We've gone for a while.
Yeah, so we have some more episodes coming up, y'all. Stay tuned.
Where can they find us?
Is that supposed to be me? I thought that was your thing.
At the Nerd and the Nubian on Instagram. I am Mr. Ham on Instagram and Twitter.
This is choppy. Clearly, we need to practice more.
This is Speed Hamlet. What's your name?
I'll run through mine. You run. You guys can follow us and keep up with us at the Nerd of the Nubian on Facebook and Instagram. Also on YouTube. We have the podcast, of course, which is on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and any other streaming services you use. And then you can follow me personally at Mrs. Speed Hamlet on Instagram.
Cool. You can follow me at I'm Mr. Ham on Instagram and Twitter, as well as you can follow my podcast, The Good Scare and The Nerd of the Nubian. Yeah, like I have two podcasts. I also have another Instagram called
The Nerd of the Nubian is ours. That's the us thing.
My podcast, The Nerd of the Nubian.
The Nerd.
We're back.
We'll get better at this later, y'all.
Yeah.
I swear, we'll have like a more set, we're
knocking the rust off.
Yeah. But it's cute.
I
did my face for y'all.
Every quarterback in week 1 of the NFL is usually really bad. Like
we're not injured yet.
Yeah, we're not injured yet. We're getting better as the weeks go along.
Yeah, but it's getting good.
Yeah, I'm glad to be back. Mm-hmm. Cool. So. Until the next episode, stay geeky.
Stay fleeky.
And we'll see you next weeky.
It does not get better.
We'll make it better.